I am Pragya and I bring to you excerpts from the current issue of Outlook. Outlook looks at two cover stories. One, titled Almost Real but Not Quite. Virtual production can make the filmmaking much cheaper and convenient. But will the AI powered tech also forever alter the essence of cinema itself? Second, titled Paradise Lost. Can we row the shikaras and have the heritage walks? The cover carries the image and words from the visual artist Veer Munshi. He says, "My installation depicts the fast changing characteristics of Indian cities. So I was wondering about the fate of our paradise on earth called Kashmir." Homo Technologicus by Sayandeb Chowdhury. He teaches at the School of Interwoven Arts and Sciences, Kriya University. Cinema and technology, a besotted couple across the arc of industrial modernity, is headed for a split. Those of us who have had the privilege to see the astonishing Stanley Kubrick film saw it coming. Arguably, the greatest sci-fi film ever made, 2001, A Space Odyssey in 1968, dealt with apparently staple science fiction themes: evolution, technology, artificial intelligence, and extraterrestrial life. But Kubrick was no Cold War pushover. Instead, he assembled his severe dislike for campy cheapness and tacky thrills, science writer Arthur C. Clarke, spectacular special effects, minimal dialogues, surreal imagery, and the waltzes of Johann and Richard Strauss. The resultant kinetic energy and meditative power of the film is still unrivaled, but what is genuinely lingering is how much Clarke and Kubrick were philosophically concerned about the limit of human intelligence. And here, intelligence meant both that we are cognizant of ourselves and we are able to decipher similar intelligence elsewhere. That pivotal scene where astronaut Dave switches off HAL to dull its desire for control of the ship is in some ways the metaphor for the predicament that humanity in general and cinema in particular faces in the present. Should we be insurgent and turn off the seduction of futuristic technology? Or should we grudgingly hand it over to machines? But it did not begin this way, for through the arc of Western industrial modernity, technology was cinema's most steady and reliable bedfellow. In fact, it would not be an exaggeration to say that cinema came in the wake of the technologies of reproduction that became a fetish for the quickly industrializing West. From the large-scale ticketed, painted panoramas that debuted in the years of the Bosch French Revolution, to the dioramas of the 1830s, to the stereoscope from Magic Lantern to zoopraxifoque and kinetoscope, it is not difficult to comprehend how the 19th century, moving consciously and stealthily through each decade, marched towards cinema, which came into being after several false starts in 1895. And then, within cinema, technologies galloped. From bigger and better film stocks to sound equipments, fairground free play to ticketed Nickelodeons, natural to artificial lighting, talkies and color, CinemaScope and Panavisions, VHS and CDs, Dolby to IMAX, so much and so forth. Then, everything went digital. These were all technology in the textbook sense, a friendly, each of them for their time, architecture of advanced equipments built on sound scientific knowledge and observation about the motion of light and human optics on one side, and photosensitive salts and chemicals on the other. They were also technology because they enhanced the power of cognition. This was most famously explained by philosopher Walter Benjamin's proclamation that photography revealed the persistence of an optical unconscious, which brought under the purview of seeing those objects that were considered beyond it. Cinema went a step ahead and made everything that was so far imaginable also viewable. As early as 1902 and 1903, the likes of Georges Méliès and Edwin S. Porters were making wondrous things like A Trip to the Moon and The Great Train Robbery. From the dawn of cinema to these days of sweeping superhero fantasy universes, cinema has been consistently fortified by advancements in visual, oral, and simulation technologies. For this and more, read the current issue of Outlook.